Every time we receive a news release from police, if you look at the bottom, it says to call Crimestoppers with information. We've been telling you for years you can call Crimestoppers anonymously.
High Point Crimestoppers raised the maximum reward for anonymous tips.
Burlington police say they rely on Crimestoppers in cases like the shooting on Irwin Avenue. King says it's important to remind the public that Crimestoppers is completely anonymous.
Buckingham County Crimestoppers is offering a $1,000 reward for information that leads to an arrest.
Tonight, we're focusing on the word anonymous. 2 Encineta's Hope Ford is verifying the claim Crimestoppers is built on.
Here at News 2, we want you to know how and where we verified our information. So I'm going to be upfront with you about how we got this story and who we talked to. In March, grandmother Josie Lindsay was shot and killed in High Point. Police urged anyone to call Crimestoppers with tips. News 2 wanted to help by setting up a phone bank here at our station to help receive tips. But the High Point Crimestoppers told us no, not because they didn't want to, but because they couldn't. Our phone lines are not secure. So we started thinking, how does Crimestoppers keep their information secure? We talked to Greensboro-Guilford County Coordinator Stacy Finch about their operation. We also talked to their third-party software operator and former hacker, Stephen Sebastian, with TipSoft.
There are 3 ways you can submit a tip to Crimestoppers: a phone call, a text, or an online tip. At Greensboro Crimestoppers, phone calls are answered by 2 employees. These employees do not work for any police or sheriff department.
I was curious, so the first time I saw the line ring, it said private, so I knew then that it is truly blocked.
It is. We even tested it.
To provide an anonymous Crimestoppers tip, press 4.
Greensboro Crimestoppers.
There you go. And you can't see anything right now.
It says private on my side.
Verified calls to Crimestoppers are anonymous. For text messages, Crimestoppers uses a third-party software company called TipSoft. TipSoft also uses a third party for another layer of security.
Every cellular phone has a unique identifier, phone number, as well as what they call like an ESN, electronic serial number or something. All that information is stripped by the third-party providers before it's passed to us.
At this point, TipSoft creates a unique user code. Then, and only then, is the tip sent back to Crimestoppers. Again, we tested it.
So what I have written on here is, bad boys, this is a Crimestoppers test. And just to make it a little bit more unique, I'll add the number 2 for News 2. And so all you see is tipsters, and then my alias, which is U8R5.
Verified. Text to Crimestoppers are anonymous.
Finally, an online tip. Again, Crimestoppers uses TipSoft, and here's how it works. The tip is sent to a server in Canada, where it's stripped of any identifying information. It's then sent to a server in Utah, where a unique user code is generated, much like this one. And this is all Crimestoppers see.
Right. Verified. Online tips are anonymous.
But hiding a tipster's identity doesn't stop at the technical side. Crimestoppers employees strip additional information that could identify you before police ever see it.
We just make sure not to, in the tip, to identify someone as a he, she, her, him. We try to keep it very vague and say the caller said, the tipster reported.
So people shouldn't be worried about, oh, I ratted out on my next door neighbor and an officer is now here. That officer has no idea I told.
So if someone says my neighbor or my daughter, the person I know, we leave that information out.
An officer, the chief, they couldn't come in here and ask you for any of that information.
Right, because we wouldn't know how to contact them.
So you might be thinking Crimestoppers puts a lot of confidence in TipSoft. So here's one more explanation from the company themselves.
We can't retroactively go back and re-identify that data. Once it's submitted and it's anonymous forever.
Stephen Sebastian says, as a former hacker, it would be exceedingly difficult to access this information.
So you're going to hear us say verify a lot here at WFMY News 2. It's our commitment to you to show you how we report the news and who we talk with along the way. Have a story you want us to verify? Send an email to news@WFMY.com. Just put verify in the subject line. And if you want to know more about Crimestoppers rewards and verify, check out this story on WFMYnews2.com.
Right now, some rain rolling through the Triad.
Oh, yeah.
I can hear it, Tim. The weekend, though, it is shaping up to be hot. So in other words, we have
you to know